A 14-second TikTok video made Malaysians believe Pontianak is real. But my friend's family? They lived through something even scarier. But what exactly is a Pontianak? Pontianak. Her name is well known in both Malaysia and Indonesia. She is a legendary Malay vampire. When she appears, you will hear the cries of a baby, accompanied by a strong floral scent. Some say it smells like jasmine. She often takes the form of a beautiful woman, luring people in. But the moment you get too close, she reveals her terrifying true form, and the sweet floral scent turns into the stench of decay, right before she drains her victim's blood dry. In today's video, I'll be sharing 2 real-life paranormal encounters with a Pontianak. One of them is a story from a close friend of mine, while the other comes from a Malaysian police officer. His chilling experience even went viral on TikTok. I'm Mr. Yao, and welcome to the Leyenda Yokai channel. Here, I explore famous yokai and urban legends. If you're into these topics, be sure to subscribe so you won't miss out on future videos. Before we dive into today's story, if you're not familiar with the Pontianak, I highly recommend checking out my previous video where I go in depth about this terrifying entity. In that video, I explain her origins, legends, and characteristics in detail. You can find the link in the description below or on my channel. Watching it first will give you a better understanding of this chilling legend and help you fully immerse yourself in the eerie atmosphere of today's story. In 2023, a 29-year-old auxiliary police officer, Ikma, uploaded a 14-second video on his TikTok. The caption read, "For the past 8 years of my patrols, I've often been disturbed by a mysterious sound. This is the first time I've seen the source of it, so I recorded this as proof." The moment the video was uploaded, it went viral, instantly gaining over 1 million views in a short span of time. More than that, Ikma post even pushed the word Pontianak to the top of the trending list. The video was filmed on a pitch-black night. In the dense bushes, a long-haired figure dressed in white appeared, floating in mid-air while letting out an eerie, bird-like woo-woo-woo sound. For Malaysians and Indonesians, this ghostly woman in white needs no introduction. She is none other than the infamous Pontianak, the terrifying vampire spirit of Malay folklore. According to auxiliary police officer Ikma, he had been haunted by an unexplained sound during his patrols for years. But recently, he finally captured its true source on camera. Not only did the video show what appeared to be a white-clad ghost, but also recorded the chilling woo-woo-woo sound in full clarity. Ikma emphasized that he wasn't trying to scare people, but rather to warn them. If they ever encounter something like this, they should remain calm and not panic. However, what people should do in such a situation is run, rather than pull out their phones to record. Unlike Ikma, who only started filming after ensuring his own safety. Ikma also mentioned that hearing strange noises during late-night patrols is nothing out of the ordinary. In fact, some elders have even shared their own encounters, claiming to have seen an actual ghostly woman in that very area. They pointed out that the location was once an oil palm plantation, which aligns with the belief that Pontianak often appears near oil palm or banana plantations. Ikma made it clear, both on his TikTok and in multiple media interviews, that his intention in sharing the video was not to scare people. He repeatedly emphasized that he had no reason to fabricate such an event. Many netizens firmly believe that Ikma had undoubtedly encountered a Pontianak, while others think he might have simply fallen victim to a prank. Some even joked that the woman in white was actually filming her own TikTok video at the same time. Regardless of the truth, At least no harm was done, making this a rather fortunate encounter. According to legend, Pontianak only holds a grudge against unfaithful men. Some versions of the myth suggest that she also harbors resentment toward infants and pregnant women, as she herself died during childbirth and transformed into a vengeful spirit. But regardless of whether you're a faithless man or an expectant mother, if you ever encounter Pontianak, it's best to stay far away. After all, she is also known as the vampire of Malay folklore. Speaking of Pontianak, did you know that there's actually a city in Indonesia with the same name? And believe it or not, its name comes from the legend of this terrifying creature. If you happen to know more details about it, feel free to share the story in the comments. Now, let's get back to the story. The next one is a real paranormal encounter shared by my friend. I have a Malay friend named Awang, who has claimed since childhood that he possesses the third eye, the ability to see things that most people cannot. He firmly believes that this ability is connected to a terrifying encounter his father had many years ago. According to Awang, his father once came face-to-face with a Pontianak, an incident that became quite well known in Malaysia at the time. For this story, let's refer to Awang's father as Ali. Back in the 1990s, Ali loved gathering with his friends in the kampung village. They would drink, sing, and chat late into the night, often staying out until the early hours of the morning. Ali always traveled by motorcycle, and to get to and from these gatherings, he had to pass through a banana plantation. One night, just like any other, Ali drank and chatted with his friends until past 4 a.m. When the gathering ended, he hopped onto his motorcycle and headed home. As he rode past the banana plantation, the first thing he noticed was a strong scent of jasmine lingering in the air. Then, up ahead, he saw a woman dressed in white standing in the middle of the road, blocking his path. Immediately, Ali felt something was wrong. It's 4 a.m. What kind of normal woman would be standing here at this hour? At that moment, he knew he had just encountered the legendary vampire, the Pontianak. Without a second thought, Ali twisted the throttle and sped past the woman. But just as he feared, when he glanced at his rearview mirror, he saw her rise into the air and start chasing after him. Ali slammed the throttle and sped down the road like his life depended on it, because it did. He knew that if the Pontianak caught up to him, his life would come to a gruesome end. Racing through the dark, he finally spotted a 24-hour gas station up ahead. Without hesitation, he skidded to a stop, abandoned his motorcycle, and sprinted straight into the station's cashier room. Behind the counter stood a young female cashier. She gasped in shock at Ali's frantic entrance. But when she saw the sheer terror on his face, she immediately understood what was happening. Without asking a single question, she rushed to lock the door. A moment later, the chilling sound of a baby crying echoed from outside. Bingo! They both knew exactly what that meant. They had encountered a Pontianak. Terrified, they huddled together, too afraid to move. The wait felt endless. The crying would start and stop at random, sending chills down their spines. Worse yet, they could hear knocks on the doors and windows, as if something was trying to get in. Neither of them dared to make a sound, fearing that any movement would attract the entity's attention. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, dawn arrived. As the nearby Muslim prayer hall began the morning call to prayer, the baby's cries suddenly vanished. Ali and the cashier had narrowly escaped death. This horrifying encounter led to something unexpected. Ali and the cashier, having survived this ordeal together, eventually fell in love and got married. News of their terrifying night quickly spread. and the gas station shut down for 3 days to perform an exorcism ritual. Because of this incident, 2 of Ali's 5 children were born with the ability to see spirits. One of them was Wang. According to Wang, his father had always been quite the womanizer. And as legend has it, Pontianak despises men like him the most. If you enjoy my channel, please help by hitting the subscribe button and turning on the notification bell so you won't miss my upcoming videos. Thank you for watching until the end, and I'll see you next time.